Good evening, Nigeria. Welcome to Morning News. The federal government has declared a national holiday to honor a former president. But is this patriotism or political loyalty? Meanwhile, power tariffs may be going up, even as supply remains erratic. APC consolidates more power in Lagos, while politicians like Lamido blur the lines between loyalty and opposition. And how much more debt can Nigeria handle? The government is set to borrow 1.76 trillion naira in just 3 months. These stories and more with deep insight, expert context, and your voice.
Let's begin with the breaking headline that's already sparking heated conversations nationwide. The federal government has declared July 15th a public holiday in honor of former President Muhammadu Buhari. According to the Ministry of Interior, the holiday is aimed at recognizing what they call Buhari's commitment to national unity, anti-corruption, and disciplined leadership. But reactions are split. While APC supporters are hailing it as overdue recognition for a patriotic leader, many civil society groups are calling it a misplaced priority, citing inflation, food insecurity, and power failures. University student unions, teachers, and labor groups are also questioning why public holidays are being created when schools are underfunded and hospitals are collapsing. Is this a celebration of legacy or the beginning of political canonization? The debate is why Lamido supports ADC coalition but remains in PDP. To politics now, where former Jigawa State Governor Lamido has thrown his weight behind the ADC coalition, a rising third force political movement. However, in a twist, Lamido says he's not leaving the People's Democratic Party PDP yet. In his words, the coalition represents the soul of change, but the PDP is still my political family. Analysts believe this double stance could either unify the opposition or weaken. What's more interesting, Lamido's message mirrors a growing trend among Nigerian politicians hedging bets, playing both sides, and positioning themselves as ideologically flexible. Could we be seeing the birth of a multi-party revolution? Or is this just political branding ahead of another power play? Don't probe Obaseki, Wike warns Op Polo. Meanwhile, drama continues to unfold in Edo State, where FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has warned incoming Governor Senator Monday Op Polo against probing outgoing Governor Godwin Obaseki. Wike, known for his blunt politics, stated clearly, any attempt to investigate Obaseki would be seen as political witch hunting and will attract serious consequences. This bold warning has opened a new chapter in Edo's political drama. Some see it as Wike defending party allies, others believe it's an attempt to secure his own future political alignment. However, Op Polo's team insists they won't be bullied into silence if misappropriations are discovered. One thing is clear, Edo may have voted for change, but the old political battles are far from over. APC sweeps Badagry local government elections. Turning to grassroots politics, the All Progressives Congress APC has dominated the Badagry local government area elections, winning across Badagry LG, Alorinda LCDA, and Badagry West LCDA. According to LASIEC, the elections were peaceful and orderly, but the voter turnout was described as embarrassingly low. Opposition parties like the PDP and LP have criticized the process, alleging that the environment wasn't fair, and many citizens were discouraged from even showing up. In contrast, APC leaders say the results reflect continued confidence in their governance model, especially at the local level. But behind the results is a worrisome trend: the erosion of democratic participation at the very level where people feel it the most. FG to borrow 176 trillion in Q3 via treasury bills. On the economic front, the federal government is planning to borrow a staggering 176 trillion through treasury bill sales in the third quarter of 2025. This borrowing will be spread across 3 categories: 9 one-day, 1 8-day, 3 6-for-day tenors. Experts warn this could further crowd out private sector access to credit and push up interest rates. The borrowing comes amid concerns about Nigeria's ballooning debt, which already exceeds 97 trillion. Inflation stands at over 28%, and the naira has lost more than 35% of its value since January. The big question is, what exactly is the money funding, and at what cost to future generations? Cost-reflective tariff coming for power sector. Cost-reflective tariff coming for power sector. And finally, brace yourselves, Nigerians. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Idolabu, has announced that the federal government is ready to implement a cost-reflective electricity tariff, meaning power bills may rise significantly in coming months. He argues that the move is necessary to attract serious investors into the struggling sector and fix its broken infrastructure. But citizens are asking, how can we pay more for the same epileptic service? Most parts of Nigeria still suffer from low voltage, poor metering, and long blackouts. The minister says vulnerable groups will be protected through palliatives, though details remain unclear. So we ask, should consumers pay more for promises, or should reform come before tariff hikes? As the headlines unfold, the question remains, are we progressing or simply recycling old patterns under new banners? Up next, we introduce our guest analyst in the studio, known simply as the People's Voice. They'll share grassroots perspectives on Buhari's legacy, the tariff dilemma, and how rising debt affects the everyday Nigerian. Stick around, your voice matters. This is Global Tales News Review, where the people have the final say.